Hello everyone, welcome to Natural Skincare School. This video is long overdue. In today's video, I will be making a professional body moisturizing and repair cream, and it can also be made as a lotion also. So in this formula, I'm making it for a client, but I took permission to show it to you and to show you exactly all the ingredients I use. The first thing in making a lotion, if you are new in lotion making or cream making, skincare formulation, is that you set your formula. So I have my own formulation sheet in front of me. The first thing you'll do is to know exactly what goes where. Remember, we have the water phase, we have the oil phase, and we have the cool down phase. In my water phase for this body lotion, I will have this is exactly what I have. I have distilled water, aloe vera, Dimethicone PA is a chelator to help improve the skin feel of your lotion, so I will be using that. And also I'm going to use sodium lactate instead of glycerin. I'm going to use sodium lactate. It's a better humectant than glycerin. So then I will use xanthan gum, propionyl 1,3. This is a very good ingredient to help boost the efficacy of your preservative, so that you'll be using that. I'll also be using seaweed extract, also called hage extract. I will use a seaweed extract helper to moisturize the skin, and it also have some repair function. And I will use ceramide complex. Okay, this is a very important skin repair complex that is very popular on the market right now, so I will use that also. That's my water phase. My water phase stops there. Now I'm coming to the oil phase. In my oil phase, I will use Polawax, okay, which is very not too bad emulsifying wax. I'll use a Murumuru Butter, Shea Butter, Cetyl Alcohol is a thickener. I'm going to use sunflower seed oil. I'm using Murumuru Butter by request, and I'm using it at 2%. I'm using Shea Butter at 4%. Cetyl Alcohol, which is a thickener, I'm using that at 2%. And sunflower seed oil, which is a non-comedogenic oil, very good for whole skin type, especially sensitive skin. I will use that at 6%. And I will use vitamin E mixed tocopherol. I will use that at 1%. Then also still in my oil lane, I want to reduce, okay, the tacky feeling, the soapy feeling. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a very big truth here. Stay with me. Most natural skincare products have Dimethicone in them. Trust me. I mean, no joke, and this is it. Dimethicone helps to reduce soaping effect, but because we're in the natural sector, we cannot use Dimethicone because it's seen as synthetic. So when you're working with a client, you want to tell that client that for you to reduce the soaping effect, you have to use Dimethicone. But if they don't want silicone, then you can use the natural alternative, but it doesn't really work that well as the real Dimethicone that is FDA approved. So because of that, I will use a natural Dimethicone alternative at 3%. And to also help the skin feel, I will use a Niacinamide Squalane. It's a very good moisturizer too. That also in the oil phase. Now come to my cool down phase. The only ingredient I will have in my cool down phase are the liquid Gemma Plus. Also, I took permission from the client, because liquid Gemma Plus also, some people may think it's not acceptable in the natural sector, but because you're working with a client, you take permission before using any, and that's why I use that. And I will use Neroli and Rose Essential Oil. I'll use the combination of those. They're very good, they're perfect. And I will use Niacinamide, the grandfather of skin repair. When you want to have lovely skin, I'll use that also at 3%. So because this is not a training school, so to say, it's just me sharing my knowledge with you. I mean, the more I share my knowledge with you, I know the more you yourself improve. Okay, this is the professional formula, and this is the natural formulation, even though I use some synthetic because I took permission from the client that I'm working with to use all this. This formula is anti-soaping formula. It will not really soap, but it may soap a little bit. Because of what? Because I'm not using Dimethicone itself. My client doesn't want silicone, doesn't want Dimethicone, so I will not be using the real Dimethicone. But if you want to reduce soaping effect, you can. There's no two way about it. If you go to certain online schools, you will notice that all the lotion will result in soaping very, because there's nothing we can really do, because we're in the natural sector. We have to run away as much as possible from silicone or from dimethicone. So that's why I'm using the natural alternatives called it's Lux Glide N350. That's what I will use. So that's about it. Now what happened is I'm going to go into the demonstration part. You see me skipping it because I'm recording on a 4K and it's so big. It's just that you will still see my process. You will see exactly what I do. Now I'll explain my process to you now before I leave. The process in making this is you go to your ingredients. Okay, I will add my distilled water, add my aloe vera juice. Okay, no, wait, the first thing you want to do is to hydrate your xanthan gum. I have my xanthan gum here, so I'm going to first hydrate the xanthan gum in water. If you don't know how to do that, look in my other video. Okay, I will link them in the description. In fact, if I didn't link them, just look on my channel and see how you can hydrate xanthan gum. I'll add this to the distilled water and I'll let it hydrate fully then before I proceed. So after doing that, then I'll add my aloe vera to that hydrated xanthan gum, mix it, add Demophil, mix it, add sodium lactate, mix it, I add xanthan gum, mix it, propadinol, mix it, seaweed extract, add it, mix it, and I'll add ceramide complex, add it, mix it, and that's the end of my, so that will end my water phase. So I'll put that aside. Okay, remember it's oil and water, so your water phase is always bigger than your oil phase. Then here comes the oil phase. I'll add my Polawax still in here. So let's assume this is my water phase. That is the resting. Now this is my oil phase. I'll add Polawax, Murumuru Butter, Shea Butter, Cetyl. I'll add all of these one by one inside here, even including the Niacinamide, Squalane. The natural Dimethicone alternative is what I will hold them for, because you have to add it into hot oil. So you have to warm your oil phase a little bit. When it's warm, when the whole oil are hot, then you can now add this to it. So that's why that is different. And then remember what we usually do, we make a lotion using oil in water emulsion, meaning this, if this is my water phase, I'll add my oil phase to it, then using an homogenizer or an emulsion blender, then I will mix it very well, and that becomes a lotion. Then it will emulsify, it become a lotion. Then when it cools down to 40 degrees, so when it reaches 40 degrees, you will see everything displayed on the screen. When it reaches 40 degrees, then I will start adding my cool down phase ingredient, which is the liquid Gemma plus Neroli Essential Oil and the Niacinamide. You have to be careful. I will first start with my Niacinamide because at that time it's still a bit hot. So I will add it, though it's 40 degrees, so I'll first add that, then followed by my Neroli and Rose Essential Oil. Then finally I will add the liquid Gemma plus. What about my vitamin E? I added it here because it's mixed tocopherol. It can take it, so it's perfect in the oil phase. So that's what I do. So you will see that demonstration. During the demonstration, I will not be talking. I may talk, but I may not be talking. So you will see exactly how. I don't want too much of the data that I will not be able to upload on this channel. That's about it. That's about it. Just to watch me. I know you will see my step by step, so that when you are doing your own, you can put that also into practice. So I'm sorry that I'm rushing this through, but it's just that I want to tell you this before I start the demonstration part. So thank you so much for watching. I will do the demonstration now. I will not be talking, so I'll remove my mic right now and I'll go through the demonstration part. So keep watching. If you have any question about what I'm making or whatsoever, feel free to drop in the comment box and I will answer you. Okay, if you have any, if you need help, I know a lot of you are asking me if I formulate what do you call skin lightening product. I will let you know about that. I'm very busy with a lot of projects, but I didn't want to forget you. I want to carry you along with my formulation journey, and I think that's how we grow together. So feel free to click that subscribe button and the notification icon to be notified when I upload new videos. So now let's get to the formulation desk.